Hi guys, rise and shine. We grind, we are all fine, and the sun shines for yours and mine. My name is Tyrone Green, and welcome back to my show. Today, I would like to talk about motivation and friendships because they have so many commonalities when they come hand in hand. I feel like when it comes to friendship, you need motivation because during friendships, there are definitely points where it can be a struggle and you would want to be encouraged by each other. You would want to tell each other that you have this, and you would want to tell each other that you're going to surpass whatever it is that you're having trouble in. And the same goes for motivation. But when it comes to motivation, you can have friendships. You can, and that's a quote unquote. When it comes to motivation, it can come from many different forms. It can come from many different people. It can come from either friendships or people that you just met, or people that you just met off of the street. So motivation comes in many different forms, but I felt like I needed to approach this because most people who elevate you, comfort, like I said, motivate you, tend to turn them into friendships. They can turn into friendships. That's the thing about motivation, is when you are the type to motivate and you are the type to be motivated by others, then you are able to build a friendship off of those things, because it is like, it makes you feel good. Those things make you feel good, especially when you're able to encourage somebody, or somebody's able to encourage you, or vice versa. Then it makes you feel a lot more comfortable building a friendship with that person, because you know that that person is about uplifting. Um, I feel that we tend to turn we tend to turn motivation into friendships when there's reciprocation. You know, when there is a you got this and a you got this. When there's a commonality through conversation, then there is definitely something to there's something that builds there. There's definitely a relationship that starts to build, and that becomes a friendship. I feel that when it comes to motivation and friendship, it how can I be able to explain it? I feel that friendships has an influence on the heart, and motivation can have an influence, because there's commonalities, but there's also differences. And what the difference is the fact that motivation can be influenced off of characteristic. It can boost your ego, and it could also be an influence on goals. Now, when it comes to friendships has kind of the similarity, but it's more so an influence of the heart. When you are able to influence somebody through friendship, it is definitely a different feeling, and it makes a person feel as if, okay, I have somebody that I know that knows my ability, that sees my capability and what I can succeed in, and it makes you feel good. It encourages you, and it makes you feel that you're not alone when it comes to situations. Um, I feel that similarities when it comes to friendships and motivation is love and happiness. It's boosters. Friendships can definitely be a booster of confidence and ego, now that I come to realize it, because if you actually think about it, when it comes to friendships, when you're able to, sometimes I guess the motivator is what I'm trying to get at. The motivator, when they get a point across in terms of a friendship, and that person is actually able to listen to them, or the person is grasping the information and they feel it might just boost their confidence, or it might boost them because it's coming from a similar source. It's coming from somebody that they know. You know, I feel that when it comes to friendships and motivation, there's also a form of growth and progression. I feel that motivation itself is a form of progression. It's telling you that I acknowledge where you're at in your stage in life. And when it comes to friendships, you can have motivation, but I feel that the motivation contributes to the growth and the elevation within the friendship. Um, you actually think about it, motivation and friendship is something that we all need. Um, God once said that we need to use this worldly wealth to gain friends. And when you use the wealth that you have, whether it's your wits, whether it's your intelligence or your resources that you have, the resources that you have while you're on this earth, it can definitely be something that's beneficial and can contribute towards a new friendship or towards a new connection. And throughout that connection, we also have to make sure that both sides are being motivated. It can't just be one side that's being motivated, because that's just a half relationship. That's a half-stepping relationship. We always want to make sure that both sides understand each other. We always want to make sure that both sides coincide with each other, and we also want to make sure that we get the same amount of encouragement. Because in this crazy world, motivation is definitely most important because of the things that we psychologically go through. We go through a lot as human beings, and sometimes we just need somebody to give us a good word, or we need somebody to vent to, or we need somebody to tell us, we got this. There are different forms of people that are able to handle different things in life. So I feel that motivation and friendship are two most important things when it comes to this game of life. I hope that this could have been a blessing to you guys. Um, I really feel that we are not alone when it comes to all forms of situations, because it's not just this situation that we feel alone in sometimes. I feel that when we need motivation or we need a friend to talk to, it's God's way of letting us know that we are in alignment, but it's just not yet. We're not. We are not. God isn't ready for us to approach those situations yet. So if you find yourself in isolation, then always make sure to tell yourself that this is only a minor setback to a major comeback. Some of us, we are isolated. Some of us are trying to figure out how are we going to motivate ourselves or motivate others, and how are we going to be able to have steady friendships. But we have to leave that in God's hands. That's all I want to be able to explain to you guys, is we have to leave certain things in God's hands. We have to learn how to pray about it instead of always trying to handle situations ourselves. But I hope that this video could have been a blessing to you guys with the information that I had to offer. If it was, please leave a like in the subscription down below. Please subscribe. Comment. I love it when you guys comment. And I hope you all have a blessed one, and love you guys. Peace.